going to do something new this time. I don't like breaking down demos into parts, but there's just way too much information, critical information here. So I'm going to do three parts. The first one is going to be planning and blank preparation. The second one is establishing the best axis on the lathe. And then the third is going to be actually the turning with the voids. Today we're going to work on part 2. To give a shout out to my good YouTube friend Mike Waldt. He's from the United Kingdom and involved with this UK and Ireland Woodturning Symposium. If you're in Europe, and check it out, it's going to be a great event. It has a YouTube clip on it with the address above, and I'll put the information down in this description page below. Alright, so I'm going to put it between centers and somewhere's near the center of the tree here to start with, but then we're going to start to evaluate. We're going to start to figure out where it's the best orientation is for this. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the outside diameter of the bowl, the circumference of the bowl. And so right now I can see that this is a short end, so I'm going to shine the laser here on this and then look at the other end and see, whoa, look at here, I'm about 3 inches off, aren't I? From here and from here. So I've got that's about 3 inches off. I got to move the whole thing over about 1.5 inches, don't I? So I'm going to move it that way, right? Okay, check it again. There. Oh, I'm getting closer. I get my hand out of the way of the camera. Okay, we're going to start here, and we'll look at the other end. I'm maybe only about 1/2 inch off there, and there I'm about 1/4 inch off. So I'm in good shape. I think that's a good position to be to rough it out. Okay. That's the first thing I'm going to look at is the circumference, where the circle is, and of course there's going to be a void here. Now the next thing I want to look at is where these top edges are. I've got 3 high points. I want to make sure that when I finish the bowl that those 3 high points are going to be parallel to the table. Okay, so let's take a laser again and look at here. I'm going to put the laser right on the bark, right on the cadmium layer, and go over to the next leg. I'm about 3/4 of an inch off there. Let's go to the third leg. Now that's not too bad. I'm about 1/4 inch off there, so that's pretty good. There and here are equal. These two, this one and this one, are pretty good, right? This one leg is off, so now I'm going to tilt it and bring this leg forward. Test it again. See how we did. There's that one. And that one, woo, right dead on. And that one's close enough. Now look what happens to my weight. All of a sudden when I let go, the weight goes down here. If I turn the lathe on now with the axis in a geographical position that works for me, the balance of the wood is going to be way off. Okay? So now what's the bottom of the bowl? The bottom of the bowl is down here, right? So if I take some of this off with a chainsaw, get some of this weight out of the bottom, then I can get the speed of the lathe up. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this up here like this. Now this is the top of our bowl. We want to salvage this. I don't want to interfere with this edge here, but this is waste wood on the bottom. As I make my bowl shape, this is going to go away, so because of the weight, I'm going to take it off now. Be very careful using a chainsaw around the lathe. Make sure everything is tight and secure, and go slowly. Watch that you don't hit the lathe, of course, with the chainsaw. So there's still some weight down here. You can see if I let go, the weight goes to the bottom. But I've taken enough of it off. I think I can get the speed of the lathe up pretty good. The faster I go, the faster these air spaces are going to go by, the easier it is for me to hog this off and get it round. So let's tighten everything up and see what happens if we can get the lathe speed up and get a cut going. Now let's get the speed up. I've got the tailstock tight. I've got the tool rest in position. Just going to very slowly get the speed up. Get those wings to go around. Faster I'm going, the easier it's going to be. But I don't want vibration, so I'm just going to go up to a vibration point. Starting to get just, I can feel it on the lathe bed, just a little bit of vibration. I think I'll stop about there until I get a little bit more weight off, then I can increase the speed again later. All right, so now I'm going to do a push cut, and the direction of my cut is going to be going directly into the side of the tree so that it's easy. I'm going to find the wood in here. I can't see it, it's kind of a blur, so I'm just going to find it. Make a little touch, advance it. Go slow enough so that you don't bounce. Now this is no different than any other bowl at this point. You got to rough it out somehow. Want to get some of this oddball weight out of here so that I can get the speed up a little bit more. The push cut has the sharp edge facing the side grain of the tree, so it peels off a nice shaving. And notch. Every time we start a new cut, it has a bevel supported cut. The details of the push cut are in another YouTube clip, if you can go back and find that in my old archive of YouTube. Now that I got a little bit of that weight out of there, I turned the speed of the lathe up a little bit more, so now it's going to be a little easier. Okay, now I'm getting this outside diameter down a bit, and this one's already round. This has got the chainsaw cut still there, and this one's already round. So I'm getting close now. All I got to do is take another couple cuts, and I'll get that chainsaw to go away and bring it down to this edge is going to be where it's going to be the high point of the bowl right here. Okay, now that I've got the bulk of the wood away, it's revealing that this edge is higher than the other two. Okay, so I'm going to tilt this again. I'm going to tilt it this way so that I want to lower this edge so that this is going to be in the same plane as the other two. And so we're going to adjust it one more time. Double check with my laser. So now that I moved it again, I've got a little bit of wobble. I've got to true it back up. And but now I'm going to be on this axis, so I'm just going to prepare this for the glue block. The glue block needs to seat on a flat and a little bit concave so that there's no hump in the middle, and the glue block seats around the rim of the glue block. This is still just roughed out at this stage. I still have a little bit ways to go, but now I know that the top edges are running true, and I can put my glue block on here for the final axis. Okay, now I've even got something even a little bit new. I've got, I went, instead of a regular drill, I went to a Forstner bit, a little 3/8 inch Forstner bit. It's going to give me a cleaner hole. I don't want to have a deep hole here. I just want to have a little bit of a recess so that that robust live center pin will keep me on axis here when I reverse it. So very gentle. I'm only in there, 1/16 of an inch is all I am. That's all I need. Okay, now we've got it on our glue block and reversed it so that we can start to work on the outside shape. It's running pretty true, which is unusual for a glue block. I usually am not really careful on getting it perfect, so we're just going to take a little bit of this wobble out and finalize the shape. Thanks for watching. This is part 2. Watch for part 3 coming up soon. Thank you to Doug Thompson and Mike Hunter for their sponsorship. Appreciate your help. See you next time around.